Okay, Divine Feminines, it's your turn. I'm getting this feeling of just being really fed up with the whole twin flame journey, or even if you think you're on it, but you're just kind of over the constant waiting, the wanting an apology, wanting accountability from your masculine. I'm feeling just to you're kind of ready to let it go and move on if you haven't already. So let's get into it. I'm going to get straight into tarot today. That feeling of needing to tap into the masculine has gone. And the feeling of needing to get the feminine's perspective is feeling strong. So to me, that says that while the masculines are going through this enlightenment and divine intervention, whatever it is that they're going through that's making them do the work and take accountability and look at the people in their life that shouldn't be there, you're at a stage now where you're just over it, and it's like, I don't even care if they're doing the work. Like, I'm sick of waiting and I'm done with this whole thing, like twin or not. I just want to move on with my life. That's what I'm getting. So let's get into it. Let's get into how the feminine is feeling right now about this situation, about their journey, twin flame journey. Hermit. So you could be in isolation right now, but you're doing a lot of soul searching, and I'm seeing that as just spending time alone and enjoying your own company. You've done a lot of the soul searching. You've been doing the work. You feel different. You've been following your purpose, working out your place in the world, the things that were broken in you, whether it was codependency or just knowing your worth, like finding out your worth and knowing what's healthy for you, and whatever routine you've got or life that you've been creating for yourself, you're enjoying that now. You are enjoying your alone time, and you're not worried so much about needing someone to fill the space. And then you've got the Hierophant in reverse: unconventional, unorthodox, I cannot say that word. Hypocrisy, personal beliefs, freedom, blind faith, poor counsel. So I'm also seeing this, if you are enjoying your alone time, I'm seeing that as the word freedom is really sticking out to me. But as well, you're not really going to people anymore to get advice about this situation, especially if you're trusting your own intuition. And like I said, if you're at that point now where you're feeling over it, like twin or not, I just want to get on with my life and I'm enjoying my own company. I'm doing so much better not without them, but like, you have the old version of your masculine in your mind too. You haven't seen the evolved version of them that has been doing the work. You haven't seen that yet. So the version that you have in your memory is the one you're fed up with, and the one that you know already, like, I'm not going to allow that back into my life ever again. But I think in the early stages of separation, you go to lots of tarot readers and you get lots of advice from people and friends and family who don't know anything about twin flames or don't believe in any of that stuff. They think it's woo-woo. They just think that you're like that whole plenty of fish in the sea. Why can't you get over them? They don't understand it. So for you just trust your own intuition now. You don't go to people for advice or overly rely on tarot readings anymore either, because you just know that whatever's meant for you will come for you, and you don't need to be chasing that feeling of like, what's the answers? When are they coming? When are they going to contact me? Like, you don't care anymore. If they're meant to come in, they will. And there's a freedom in that. There's the freedom in, if it's meant for me, they will come back, and if it's not, then they won't. And I can live with it either way. So maybe it's not that you're fed up, maybe it's just more that I don't chase, I attract energy, where you're just like, they're either coming back or they're not. But either way, it's okay. If they're meant for me, then they will come back. But I'm not waiting anymore. Four of Wands, celebration, gatherings, parties, harmony, joy, homecoming, wedding, marriage, community, stability, domestic happiness. So I'm seeing that as domestic happiness in that you're enjoying your own company and enjoying the routine you've set up for yourself, and just you're appreciating all the little things, you're feeling grateful for things, you're just sitting, like I said, sitting in that I don't chase, I attract energy, and that's great. But as well, you could have lots of events coming up, exciting things where you're sharing with friends, celebrating, I don't know, birthdays, anything that's fun and exciting. You have that to look forward to, and you're enjoying it. You're not overly concerned with your twin flame anymore and what they're up to. If anything, you're like, I don't care what they're doing, whatever they're doing, it's not got nothing to do with me. The Hermit. Two for that. Yeah, the Sun and the Page of Pentacles. So I said earlier about pursuing or following your purpose, or building your business. You could be building a business, but manifesting things. I don't chase, I attract. I think that's a big theme for this reading. You're sitting in that energy of I don't chase, I attract. I don't need to try to chase someone or convince someone that I'm worth having in their life. I know my worth, and if they want me, they'll come get me in a better place. And happiness, the Sun, that's beautiful. So for those two to come out together, it's like the things that you've been working on and manifesting for your life, and the way that you've set yourself up and the routines that you've created are bringing you joy, and you're enjoying having that joy again in your life. Because no one wants to sit in self-pity forever and a day. It's like a breath of fresh air to just not care anymore. Happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. So for you and your world, again, you're not fazed with what's going on with them. You're in your self-worth era. And all is well. That's beautiful. You're very goal orientated right now, and that's bringing you happiness. It's brought your spark back. The Hierophant in reverse. Nine of Pentacles. So some people call her the mini Empress. So the Nine of Pentacles is receiving the rewards of your hard work. So that all this hard work, all this time you've been in separation, and the pain and agony and missing them, and the lessons and the karma and the learning how to trust your intuition and figuring out how to heal the codependency and the allowing yourself to be treated badly by your twin or anyone. All that stuff, all that work you've been doing on yourself, you're now sitting in the rewards of that hard work. You're enjoying the fruits of your labor and the comfort and the luxury and just the contentment of your life now, where you're manifesting the things you want, the things that are going to make you happy in your life. Four of Wands. This is really good energy. The Four of Pentacles. So this, I think, is how you see your masculine. The King of Cups in reverse. So when I said the version of them that you have in your head is the old version, because you haven't seen their transformation. You have no idea what they've been up to, or if they've even ever if they've changed, or if they've got rid of the people in their life that you know were wrong. but they were refusing to see it. You're still seeing them as cold and emotionally manipulative and selfish. The song TikTok just made me laugh because the song was called Are You Even Real? So it's kind of playing into that thought that I'm having about you thinking, twin or not, whether it's real or not, I want to be happy in my life. And that's your focus now. That's the energy you're sitting in, and it's kind of like this big relief. Because for a long time, feminines are just in agony over how much they love this person before they realize, like, I am great. Like, I can really bring a lot to whoever I'm meant to be with. I know that I can, my energy is enough. I'm enough, more than enough. But yeah, you're still seeing your masculine as cold and emotionally manipulative and selfish. And I want to say as well, because this also is about bad advice, I think that's also to speaking on the people that your masculine had around them that were bad influences or just not good, and you knew that. So you're still viewing them this way because you haven't seen the transformation with them. But you got Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. Again, the overall energy for me here with this here on the bottom is saying that you've been putting in so much hard work on yourself. Even when you wanted to give up, you still kept persisting because you still had this little seed of hope in you that things would get better. And now you're in this place where you're like, oh my God, I'm finally able to enjoy my life. All right, so let's see what's going on that you might not be aware of. What is the feminine? What's going on that they're not aware of, please? In this connection with their masculine. What is going on that they're not aware of? Self-neglect. So it's funny how mirroring works, because when you're starting to feel great about yourself, they're now hitting the whole neglecting themselves. Will keep going, but depression, like letting themselves go or just trying to distract themselves from their own emotions because they don't know how to handle it. But this is also neglecting your own needs in a relationship. Practice self-care. So for this to be what's going on that you don't know, it's almost like I say how when you're in this kind of deep soul connection with someone, whether you think of it as the red thread bond or twin flames, Merkaba, whatever, if they're truly connected to you spiritually, if you've been doing the work, they will slowly come up to meet you, to align. So where you have reached a really good place, they're starting to do self-care. They're starting to work on their self-love. They're starting to reflect on what their needs are, especially if they're being shown through the other relationships they have in their life that they're being neglected or used or burnt out by the people they're surrounding themselves by. I don't want that anymore. I need to feed myself, my soul. So this is what's going on that you're not aware of. And you are, if you still keep watching, you are obviously, for the most part, you're happy in your life, but you are still curious enough to know what's going on. Too risky. So at the moment, they're sitting in that feeling of it's too risky to make any kind of movement towards you because they feel like their heart couldn't take it. they feel like the risk of being hurt by being rejected by you is too great a risk. You feel like it's not worth the risk, but opening your heart is worth taking that risk. So it's almost like the divine are trying to encourage, motivate, push this person to open their heart towards you and take that leap of faith. Stuck in the past. So I think they're going over, especially because you got the King of Cups in reverse, where you're still viewing them as their past version because you haven't seen any kind of transformation in them. You seeing them that way, they're also thinking about themselves that way. They know they were rude, they know they were cruel, cold, callous, emotionally manipulative, didn't handle their emotions properly, didn't handle you properly when you needed them. But for new love to come in, like this says, they have to move out of replaying the past in their head. I think they're also stuck on thinking that you're my ex, I just need to let you go and get over you, but they can't let go of you. And maybe too that they're realizing how spiritually deep this actually is. You're not just any other ex, there is more to it than that. Self-neglect. Anxiety. So they've got a lot of anxiety about this situation. You are afraid to get close to someone. They are scared to give them a chance. So their anxiety again about coming towards you, fear of rejection, it's too risky, replaying events from the past in their head and thinking, why can't I let this person go? It's because you're not just any ex. This is something different, but they're scared. But this is saying take a chance. So for me, this is another card to represent that the divine is trying to guide your person to take the risk and to give you a chance. But really, for me, it's more thinking that they're worried that you won't give them a chance. The risk is that if they put themselves out there and you reject them, you're not going to give them a chance. But they either have to live in the regret the rest of their life and see you as the one that got away, or take the risk and either know for sure that you're not going to take them back, or know that they have to put in the work to make you give them a chance. Does that make sense? Too risky. Fear loneliness. They fear the rejection, but they're also lonely. They miss you. They're anxious about you because they're stuck in the past and replaying the ways they treated you wrong. But it's about learning to be okay with themselves. I'm going to get more into if they've actually been doing the work, because this is all pretty negative. It's a lot of building it up in their head. They're overthinking it. They're causing their own anxiety and fear by overthinking the things that played out in the past and that you're going to reject them. They need courage. And I think that's what they're being led to, being guarded. So I had that in the masculine reading earlier. You are lonely. Another card about loneliness. They are lonely. They miss you, but they're not willing to take the risk right now. But they're being guided to. You are lonely because you are so aloof. Trust others and let them into your heart. Insecurities. They've got insecurities. Work on building your confidence and feeling safe in your relationship. So these are the things that they need to be working on. Their insecurities are what's making them anxious, overthink the past, and not taking a risk to come towards you. All right, let's see what's going on around them right now. what's going on around the masculine, please? Okay, so the card that flipped out first was communicate. So this is what's going on for them. They want to communicate with you. Compromise, forgive, work it out. This is what they want. What are they up to? What is going on? Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this is also air signs in tarot are swords, and air signs are mental. So, like I said, they're overthinking and they're too in their head. It's almost like over strategizing, but eventually you can plan so much, but you have to actually take action eventually. They need to get out of their head. I think they're very in their head. So they could be an air sign, but I'm also seeing this as them being very stuck in their mind right now. Over communicating with you. Water sign, again. So you got the King of Cups in reverse. So maybe this person's a water sign, or it's big in their chart as well. So they could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm hearing Cancer strongly. Could be their rising sign. But emotions. They're in their head and their emotions. They're just feeling a lot right now and they're overthinking everything. They're just, I think they're overdoing it. They're making it bigger in their head than it needs to be, because ultimately it can be as simple reaching out and saying, hey, I've been thinking of you, how are you? But they're just so they're too in their head about it. Let go. So make room for the new beginning that's on its way to you. This is what Spirit's trying to do for them. They're trying to get them, for that to confirm, communicate. It's like they want them to let go of all. It's not even to say that they have to not be nervous at all sending that message or sending that email or pressing call. They're going to be nervous, but it's about just being like, I've just got to let this go and take charge. Air sign. Damn. Hang on. Stretch. All right. Pets, getting a new pet. So maybe they have just gotten a new pet, or they already have a pet and that pet's acting strangely or differently, or either acting funny or extra clingy, things like that. Or maybe you two were going to get a pet together, or that was discussed. And that could be a memory that they're going over, something to do with animals. Water sign. Moving. So maybe they're in the midst of moving, or they have to move to be near you. So that would explain as well, not just, even if they lived close by to you, it would still be nerve-wracking if there's been a lot of time and they know that they effed up with you, to reach out. But if there's also an aspect of distance and they have to move to you, that's another thing in their head that they're just going over and questioning everything and just overthinking it. With gold digger on the bottom, so they're feeling used by someone in their life. And that might be the lesson they're learning. Maybe that's why they're realizing, maybe they chose someone over you, or friendship. They chose someone that's making them feel used is part of the reason they've stayed away for so long. But it's like they're just waking up to this now. which kind of makes sense because the masculine readings I've done the last few days have been heavy on them having some kind of close friend that they see as family that is no good, that they need to get rid of. So this could be in regards to that. But let's get what's next. Actually, no, first I want to get how they see you and this connection. How does the masculine see their feminine, please? How does the masculine see their feminine, please? Activated. So they are spiritual to some degree, like they're not stupid. If they think you're activated, they think that you have gifts, that you've been, because of this separation, you all see that you've both been activated in some kind of way, knowing that this is a deeper bond, that you're not just some random ex. There's something much deeper here, it's very spiritual. No contact. So we know that, we already know you're in no contact, but that is something they go over a lot. Religion. So culture, upbringing, religion, outside influences and opinions that they let come in between. I think they're aware of this, especially if they're coming into this realization of being used by someone that they were loyal to, has just been keeping them from living their fullest life. Out of loyalty to this person they're close to, they've realized how much that person has contributed to why they're stuck in life. But family as well, when it comes to religion, what they grew up around, what was considered okay and not okay in regards to love, what you're willing to put up. Merkaba, underactivated. So they believe in this journey too. They know that this is a spiritual connection that you've both been activated into. This isn't a normal connection. This isn't just a normal breakup. There is something much deeper going on with this. Okay, no contact. Oh, distance just flew out. So distance is an issue here. Hang on. So distance just freaking flew across the room. So that's a big challenge here, is the distance. And that came out with secrets and DNA upgrades. So I'm seeing that with the no contact, as there's been secrets that you, like I said, because you haven't seen the transformation in your masculine, you still see them as the old version that you remember from the connection before. So there's things you don't know, but I'm also seeing this as there's secrets. You might have called things, say if it is family and friends, and you made comments and they denied that anyone was saying anything about you, or you just knew that there was shit going on behind the scenes that you weren't being told, but they denied it. They're very aware of that. But to have DNA upgrades as well is showing me that, again, you haven't seen the evolution. You haven't seen how they've changed and grown in this time apart. But I was right, distance is that moving card. There is something about needing to move closer to you, and perhaps I also heard this, that they might have already moved closer to you, but you don't know. That's interesting. But anyway, let's keep going. Religion. But there's definitely stuff that you had a feeling about that they denied, especially if they said to you that you shouldn't talk to other people about your relationship because they'll interfere. But really, you were keeping secrets from everyone about your relationship. They were actually the ones going and saying stuff to people. So again, projection. They think that everyone thinks like them. So the fact that they're going and talking about you behind your back to people and getting the wrong advice, they assume you were doing the same. So then they were telling you not to, but they were already doing it. That's what I heard. Projection is crazy. Alright, religion. Separation. This caused the separation. Family and friends, culture and upbringing, the mindset of these people, your person let it infiltrate their mind and their thoughts and feelings about you, and so it causes separation, and they're very aware of it. They know full well they let this cause the separation, especially if you had a different way of thinking. The song that started playing was "I'm not angry anymore, well sometimes I am." That's you. It's like you're angry at them, but for the most part you've let everything go. But I think there's a degree of anger still, just a little bit, because accountability was never taken, and again, you have not seen the transformation. So for you haven't seen them take accountability, so there's still a little seed of anger in you. It's like, I'm not angry anymore, or sometimes I am. Like when you remember things from the past, you get angry. But on the bottom, you've got constant burn. So they have a constant burn for you. And from seeing this, they're overthinking, they're very in their emotions, they're kind of stuck in the past going over all the things that they did. But they still know that this is a deep connection that has activated you both. And that the stuff that caused you guys to separate was heavily influenced by the opinions and influences of people around them that would have been culture, just very black and white thinking. Even though your person doesn't think that way, they still let it infiltrate them and the way they treated you. Like seeing when you're scrolling TikTok and you're seeing all these dating coaches and all this stuff that's very black and white thinking, and people are complex. They can't see outside of the box because they're too close-minded, they're too programmed. Things aren't that black and white. And I think your person realizes now that they let black and white thinking affect them, even though they knew that your love that you shared together was so much deeper than that. But constant burn, that's good. So now I'll get into what's coming next. What's next for this connection, please? What is next for this connection, please, angels? I knew it. I was waiting for some kind of spy card to come out. I was surprised it didn't come out in there, especially because as soon as I saw distance and secrets, they have been watching you. Which would make sense as to why they're overthinking it and have fear to come towards you, because if they're perceiving you as looking really good and like you've moved on and you're doing better without them, they're sitting there like, oh my God, if they reject me, I don't know what I'll do. So they just watch you from fake accounts. It's so stupid. Because to be in your divine masculine, you're confident and you lock into what you want and you go towards it. You don't sit there and spy or message from fake accounts. Like, that's still very selfish behavior. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. They're too busy spying instead of actually fixing what is wrong in them to come towards you. Oh. So funny. But it's annoying as well though, which is like why I got that feeling like you're fed up. You're just like, watch all you want until you get your ass into gear and move towards me and actually show yourself. I don't care. Enough is enough. Grow some balls. That's what I just said. Outdated thinking, they're stuck in their head about the past and the ways they let other people, influences, religion, culture, upbringing, black and white thinking come in between you two. Conditioning, replaying events over in their head. But they know they have so much passion towards you. Insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. They know they can have fun with you. It's just that it wasn't the right time. you just brought out all the wounding in one another that needed to be healed. So how you needed to heal your codependency and your self-worth, same for them. It's so funny. The Phoenix, that's good though, rising from the ashes. So they're going through a transformation, and like I've kept saying throughout this whole reading, you haven't seen the transformation, but they've been going through one, and I think they are waking up to themselves and the people around them. But growth changed mind. So they probably were blaming you for a long time too, for things that they caused as well, or just kind of that selfish energy of wanting certain things from you, but when you wanted something, it was like they made it like you wanted too much. But they've grown, they've evolved. You just haven't seen it yet. They've seen the error of their ways. I just heard. Receiving what you need, moving on, progression arriving. The closure issues that are being caused by this outdated thinking and replaying events over in their head is also causing them to move forward. It's causing closure issues for them, but again, it's kind of like how that song where it's like, I'm not angry anymore, well, sometimes I am. They're not going to fully get closure until they actually bite the bullet and reach out, and know whether or not this is going to move forward. Or you might even say, I'm not ready to jump, especially if there's distance, I'm not ready to jump into this yet, but I am happy to have communication and try to build this connection back to get to know each other again, the new versions of yourselves. Does that make sense? Passion. And this is for what's coming. So I think they're going to move out of that spying energy and come in, make some kind of movement towards you. And I think it will be a slow start, which is, you don't want it to go 0 to 100 anyway. It's like learning each other's boundaries, the new versions of each other, what each other needs to feel safe in the relationship, especially if insecurities on both sides was a big thing in the first time around. Passion. Heart with a key. So you both have the key to each other's heart. No one else can love them the way, no one else will ever love them the way, I don't even want to say that because it sounds kind of toxic when people are in abusive relationships and the abuser will say, no one's ever going to love you, you're never going to find someone who loves you like I do. But this is different. This is more like you're not replaceable. And same for them, they're not replaceable. The best version of them, the one that you fell in love with, the one you know is inside them, is the one that you want to like shower all your love on and be showered back. You know what I mean? So it's, you own the key to each other's heart, but it's about welcoming love, opening your heart, getting together, perfect. Things are going to be different this time because you both felt not enough in the connection before, and you caused the wounding that was caused in the actual relationship, the pain you caused one another, made you both feel not enough. But as well, if they were the ones that ended it last time and you had to walk away even though it was painful, them choosing other people's opinions over you would have caused a big crisis of self-confidence for you. Okay, so that's what's next, which is lovely. So let's just get some messages. Actually, no, I'll use this deck. Actually, I want to get these ones. Sorry, I'm chopping and changing. What do your angels want you to know right now? 31, that's good. Victory. You're going to have victory in this situation. Head of the pack. Successful. Drive. Get it done. You got 31, 15. Trophy is win, victory, reputation, success, key experience, merit, goals, recognition, fame, deserve an award, ambition, achievement. I'm seeing that as this is going to, you're going to be victorious in this situation, as in you both are. It's going to be, you're going to have victory together. The relationship will blossom and grow. You just need to see the evolved version of them, and you need to also get to know each other, the new versions of each other again. The head of the pack, I'm seeing that as them, especially because that's like the man is on that sled and he's charging forward. I'm seeing that as your masculine charging forwards towards you, taking the lead. It says dominate, but I just mean, when I see that, it's like they just want to take charge and be the leader that you always knew they could be. Alpha male, persist, will to win. That's another card about winning. So they want success with you, basically. They want to take the lead. They don't care if you have other suitors or other options. They don't care about the competition. They know that you're the end goal for them, and that stuff the rest of them. This I am who you're going to be with. End of story. And that's very, taking charge. Not because they want to dominate and control you, but because they want to be with you and they're not going to be stopped. Oh my God, stretch. Fox, self-interest, stealth, deceit, trap, redhead. Could be a redhead in your life, but cunning, sly, crafty, sharp, sleight of hand, something's not right. I'm set number 14. So I'm seeing that as you might be very suspicious of them when they first come in, especially if you felt part of the issue is that you felt like you were love bombed, or they made promises and then revoked those promises before. So when the communication comes in, I think you're going to be a bit suspicious. You're going to need, like I said before, about, you might say to them, look, I'm not ready to be in a relationship with you yet. I want to see change over time, and through time and action, that you actually want this, and we're going to do this properly this time, because I don't want to jump right in with the fear that you're going to cut and run again. So the 14th of September could be significant, but that is something that you're gonna have doubts when it comes in. But that's okay, because you need to see that they've changed, and they need to give you time to see that change. It's not going to be one conversation and everything's forgiven. 31. But you are going to have success in this. I think it might even be that the way that they come in might feel like a bit like a player, especially because they'll probably be nervous to come in to begin with, so they're not going to come in with a huge declaration. It might be like, hey, how are you? And you're just going to think that they don't care, or you're going to think there's something sneaky about it, but trust your intuition. Bear, I see that as divine masculine. It does have Mama Bear on here, but the 15th of October could be significant. Maybe that was when you separate, when you broke up, or it's a birthday, or last point of communication, but 15th of October. Boss, CEO, judge, coach, Mama Bear, protective. The divine masculine wants to protect their feminine. Benefits, bully, strong, large, hairy, affluent, muscular. So they could be working on, but I'm seeing this to confirm victory, as them wanting victory with you, knowing they need to be in this energy to achieve that with you. Head of the pack. Mountain. So they know that this is going to be a challenge. they're not stupid. They know that to win you back, they're going to have to climb that mountain. And again, that's just about having to show you through time and action and multiple conversations and reassurance that this time will be different, that they're not going to cut and run, that they're not going to let their pride get in the way this time, because being stubborn was probably a big detriment as well. But the 21st of August, Fox. As well, when I'm seeing the Fox, their personality might have a bit of that kind of cheeky, sneaky attitude that can make you nervous or set you on edge. So you just want to, these are things that need to be clearly communicated in a nice way so you can learn each other again and know what your boundaries for each other, not your boundaries are, and respecting that. And also the things you need to feel loved. Sights, sudden, unexpected. So I think that you're going to be, when you hear from them, I think it's going to be a shock, especially because you're in this energy of you just don't care anymore. So whenever it comes in, you're going to be shocked. It's going to be sudden and it's going to cause a surprise in you. And because you're going to be shocked and surprised, you're going to question it and think that there's something sneaky, or you might even question it thinking, oh, you couldn't find better, so you just want me to take you back. That you're thinking that they're just coming back to you because they couldn't find better. You aren't replaceable, first of all. But secondly, it's not about them trying to replace you and then being like, well, I can't do any better, so I'm just going to go back to them. These are things that, if it's coming to my mind for a reason, so these are things you're worried about. You're going to think it's sneaky or that it's insincere because you're going to be so shocked and you're going to question everything. And that's okay. You can question them. That's a good way to know whether they are ready to climb that mountain and face the challenge head on. Because if you have questions and you're wanting answers, if they are ready to climb that mountain with you, they will answer that whatever you need answered, and they will give you that reassurance until you don't need it anymore. Queen of Fire, so you could be a fire sign, but so within 7 to 14 days this could come in. During the summer, so we're in winter in Australia, so that means it could be towards the end of the year, December, but also July 22nd till August 21st could be significant dates. July is next month, so maybe July and August is a pivotal time for this to come in. Is it July in 14 days? I don't know, because it's the 20th of June today. So maybe that 14 days is July. We will be going into July. Yeah, I think that's next week. So I want to say the next 2 weeks, between the 22nd of July and the 21st of August, I think that this is going to come in. But ruling planet is the sun, and that's nice because that's showing me that this connection will ultimately bring you to happiness. You will be happy together. And it's the Strength card, and the Strength card is Leo. So you could be a Leo, or they could be a Leo. But magnanimous, the Leo symbol's all over this. Hospitable, languid, I don't know what that means. If you know what languid means, please put it in the comments, because I'll probably forget to Google it. Creative, caring, you are very caring and warm, and that's what you bring. Your energy is about receiving and theirs is about giving, and the energy you give them helps them be the best version of themselves, and vice versa. Authoritative, determined, warm, active and generous. That's beautiful. So the strength that this relationship, the happiness it's going to bring you, but you're also going to be stronger together. That's really nice. All right, so now I'll get messages and that'll be it. I want to get these ones though. What messages do you have, angels, for this connection? Weight tried to come out. So 7 could be significant. Okay, here we go. I still don't have all the answers, that's fine. You work it out together, and I'm obsessed with your body, so they're attracted to you. Yes, and it's yellow, the sun. Yes, this is good and it's coming soon.